Alright, so what is up everybody? As always, this is Poseidon's Fury, and today we are doing a look back at the game I just finished. It was a pretty good game. You'll see that it did not start off well for me because I was trying to set up my stream right there, and I wasn't really paying that close attention. So I die, my ADC dies, gets a kill onto the Ashe and onto the Thresh, and kind of puts us in a hole. You wouldn't expect us to do very well the rest of this game because of that, but we do not actually end up doing too terribly bad. This is a pretty interesting matchup. Just want to look at it real quick. I was expecting Lissandra to destroy because Fizz has to jump onto Lissandra. What does Lissandra want to do? She wants to get people close. So it's interesting to watch them go back and forth throughout this game a little bit. There's a lot of action mid lane, but we're going to be focusing mostly on support. I took Xerath this game. Last game, I decided I wanted to. Yeah, I misclicked. Last game I played Nautilus support, and then no one on my team really did anything. They didn't really get strong, and basically it just made me like feel useless, and I didn't like it. So I was like, you know what? Let's just go back to playing our carry supports, Zillion, or not Zillion, Xerath, Morgana are our main two that we do when we want to put like our carry pants on. Morgana, we more utility carry. We can do a lot of damage, but we still tend to just do more utility stuff with the stuns and everything like that. And so, sorry about that. Uh, so yeah, it's a this lane is a pretty interesting lane. You can see I showed up late Tomoe level 1 to their level 2. Glad they didn't try to all in. That's why I was kind of playing back a little bit, walking up to it when I knew that they were going to be getting level 2. Now I'm level 2, so we're pretty safe now. I did decide to level up my E second just because I wanted to make sure that we were 100% safe. You know, I didn't want... He hooks into minions multiple times this game. He's like a quarter second early. But you'll watch him do that multiple times. But I didn't want to use my... Uh, I didn't want to have the Thresh just walk up, flay, and hook us, right? I wanted to be able to like stop him. My W works pretty well because it's a slow, but I wanted my E for extra support basically. So when it comes to this lane, looking at how do we win this lane, like what do we got to do, my job is just to poke the hell out of them. Don't get hooked is a big one. If they hook us, if she was playing something other than Ashe, I'd say we'd be in a lot of trouble. Like if she had the Caitlyn or if they had a Draven or something, then I'd say we were in trouble. So here I was doing a test right there. Okay, well I know that he's not in there, so, and I still can't see him, so he's in here. Threw out the E to catch him. Still had quick cast on my Q. So that was awkward. But yeah, so our job is just to poke him, you know, eventually land a stun after we poke him down somewhat, and all in and kill him. And you'll see us do that a couple times. This game, and it's a pretty good game for us, even though we started off both of us dying. You know, they came to lane. Actually, she didn't even back and buy. So that's a big mistake that they made. I didn't realize that. But yeah, that's all I'm looking at doing is just comboing and destroying them for it. She didn't back and buy when she got the kill and the assist, so she probably was sitting on some pretty decent gold and could have hopefully either bought like a longsword um, or something else. So here's where we're in trouble now, right? So the Pike has been destroying up in top lane, so he was just had like a free TP. Now my job mainly is just waste as much time as I can. I got the release in, went after the Caitlyn, which is kind of smart but kind of stupid. Like, he wouldn't have killed the Caitlyn no matter what in this short time period. Landed a Q on her here. Okay, she's that close to the tower, so she's safe. He should have gone on me to save time because I was able to draw it out for another 10 seconds, 15 seconds. And what's happening in that time period? In that time period, we got Jax up here free splitting, right? He got a pretty sizable CS lead because of it, right? He's up 16. pretty much double. Actually, he is double farm, and he got a tower plate. So Jack should come back pretty strong now, and start doing pretty good in lane because of it. Even though he's been losing, right? He's down the kill, but now he should start doing pretty good. Lissandra, thank you. Lissandra just hit 6, so she should be a lot safer this game, because, right, again, Fizz wants to jump on you. What does Lissandra want to do? She wants to get on top of you so she can stun you. Back to our lane. We'll be looking around occasionally so we don't get too bored while, you know, nothing's happening. Again, all we're wanting to do, I think we just upgraded our support item, didn't we? Yep, just got the Frostfang. All we're wanting to do is poke, not get caught. Like here, boom. Did about a quarter of his health right there. 200 damage, yep, about a quarter of his health. One combo. Just gotta do that 2-3 more times, and then you won't be able to fight. Kate doing a good job landing some poke and this. I sat back there because I realized I saw in mid lane these two were going onto the Lissandra. Our jungler was recalling right here, and Lissandra was getting dove. And so I was like, okay, we'll just help. I was expecting him just to jump the wall because they were under tower with them. But instead he ran around and then jumped in after they'd left tower. So that's what I was pinging, make sure that our jungler is paying attention, because if you're a jungle main or anything like that, big thing, always make sure you're paying attention. So I don't remember what happens next. Oh yeah, I die. I do that a couple times this game. But yeah, so we see the jungler. It's like, Jesus Christ, like, I thought we were gonna take this fight. I was looking forward to it, right? Thresh is low health. She's pretty low health. I thought this was a pretty free fight for us. We just got scattered, and we got what am I thinking of? We got scattered, right? We didn't focus the same targets, and because of that, even though they started off lower health, I ended up dying. Lee Sin did do a pretty good ult on me, kicked me into the middle of their team, so I couldn't really do much. And Sandra's just trying to get out of here. It's basically how a fight goes. Hello and goodbye. So yeah, it sucks. If we would have played it right and better, it definitely would have gone our favor and gone our way. But you know, I messed it up. Everyone messes it up, so it's bound to happen eventually. For now, these two are still going at it. I think they're just non-stop fighting in the top lane. Like, if you watch pro play and stuff, they like just farm, and then occasionally they'll like poke at each other, like, you know, do a little tussle here and there, but they just farm for the most part. Nah, this guy's just constantly going at it, and this Lee Sin is just ganking 24/7. Nice. Did he get the kill then? Yep, got the return kill. Nice. That's always good, to at least get a return kill if you're getting dove. But this Lee Sin, he does such a good job. Can I move these? Oh, thank God. He does a really good job farming and ganking. I think he does just like a fabulous job of it. You can see he's even with my jungler, but he's had a lot more lane pressure. And that's one thing that's really hard, I know, as a jungler to do, is to balance the act of ganking with farming, right? Because oftentimes you get the jungler that's ganking non-stop and has 0 farm, and if you're getting kills and everything, that's great, but if you're not getting the kills, then that can put you behind. However, if you're just farming non-stop and the other jungler just has constant pressure over and over and over again and puts your lanes behind, then that can kind of suck too. Just warding because, like I said, this Lee Sin's been ganking non-stop. Just wanted to try to protect ourselves as best we can. They had a pink there though, so wanted to stay away from that and just ward this one, so we had a little bit of protection. As you can see, I'm starting to not do too bad of damage. I am maxing my W. In lane, if I'm playing mid lane Xerath, which I do, Xerath I play in both positions, I will be maxing my Q, but when we get into a support position, I will be maxing my W because it's a lot easier to land my W. Backed off because I was on cooldown still. Just wanted to hit this, this Ashe, but I didn't want to be close enough that he could flay me out of it or anything like that. So I just backed off to go in on that. Like I said, we just had to be poking him down the whole time. That's what we did. We landed that stun on her, landed the Q. She was half health before that fight even started because of it. My Caitlyn got the Threshes stopwatch. Did he just sell it? Huh, I didn't realize he sold his stopwatch. Okay. Got his stopwatch out, and it worked out really well. I don't even know if I ignited anyone. I didn't even ignite that fight. Didn't need to. Um, but yeah, so that's basically how you can see how this matchup will play out if we do it well. Just constantly poking these two down. Now I'm going to be focusing more on the Thresh because she does have lifesteal. But constantly poking him down, you know, non-stop. That's what I really enjoy about Xerath and why I think he's such an underrated support as well, is the sustain that you have mana-wise, because every time there's a cannon wave or anything like that, you're just auto-attacking the cannon, or every time your passive is up, you're auto-attacking, you're getting your mana back. So you can really just perma-spam your abilities pretty well post-level like 5 or 6, I'd say. Ooh, that's a nice net on her part. I'm just playing a little dance with them up here, vision-wise. I placed a ward, they cleared it. Placed a different ward once his red thingy went away. He placed that, and it's like, damn, okay. So I just gave up. I said, "Fook this. Let's get out of here." Thresh is now going for an invade on the Kha'Zix, which I am a little late to, but we did see it, so we start rotating. And then I saw that it was everyone, and I said, "Oh shit, flash out," because it's best to just flash everything if you can. Queuing. Now I just know, so the reason that I open up here is they're into a bottleneck right here. So I know that they're going to be stacking, and if they're stacking, that means I can hit multiple people with my ultimate. Also, I was on cooldowns kind of. And so this way, even though I know that we're most likely not going to be getting a kill or taking the fight. Oh, this is a Lysandra main. I didn't realize her name. Huh. Bulls. So that was awkward. Our Kha'Zix, this should have been a 3v2, but our Kha'Zix just stayed away. I wanted to watch that back actually, because I was like, what are you doing? Like, why are you over there? That's a good flash out of his part. It sucks that she did heal him, but it was good flash to avoid that and get the assassination kill on him with his ult. Jax this whole time still just farming away, up 30 farm, 3-4 tower plates, you know, just doing his thing, getting to late game. Me, yeah, I shouldn't have gotten caught there. I got hooked again, I believe. So now, from now on, what I'm thinking to myself is I really need to play more carefully, right? I'm getting my ADC fed by getting all this poke in and letting her get all the kills and creating good engages, but I need to stop dying when I get these engages. And so you can see I start to definitely play a lot more conservative for a while, I think, with my placement, right? I'm not walking up pretty close. I'm trying to like max range all of my W's and Q's. Before, I wasn't necessarily max ranging it, so that way I could push it out and max range it if I needed to. But now I'm really just trying to max range it, so that way I'm staying safe, because if I'm getting her fed but I'm feeding her at the same time, it's just not a good idea. Again, this Lee Sin, permanently looking for ganks, permanently bot lane. Fizz, yeah, also permanently looking bot lane. They've come bot lane so many times this game, it's crazy. But we saw him on this ward. This was a good ward by us because of it. And yeah, so I'm just looking to get a little bit of information, like what's happening. Where's the Lee Sin? Where's the Fizz? This Caitlyn seemed good enough that I could leave her on her own, you know? If a Thresh tries to engage on her, she can net away. All that fun stuff. I ward, sidestep, yep. But I saw the Lee Sin go here, and I was like, okay, he's going to go do Raptors. No, he literally goes here, goes around, and just comes straight back for another gank. It's like, holy shit. Question ping, because I said I don't know where this Lee Sin went. We know he didn't make it up here because we had a ward and Lysandra was right here. I didn't understand that self-ulting. I accidentally threw an E up here, but I didn't get to see where the Fizz went, so I didn't want to make sure he wasn't still in this bush. Threw out that Q just to see it. We knew the Lee Sin was doing dragon, that's why we did this. Now my job is just keep them away, right? So I'm not the big damage dealer, I'm not doing all this other stuff. My job is just poke them away, keep them back, lower their health, and poke them down as best as I can, basically. So Lee Sin went in, died, ulting up just to get more damage in. And it's actually pretty good sync between this. Kha'Zix, not terribly smart to jump in like that. Luckily doesn't die, but should not have just been jumping in. So now they're looking to fight, and I see this and I'm like, alright, well we can't dive a tower. Why are we doing that? So I'm pushing this wave in just to get the tower going. They should not have even been doing this. Right? Got the kill here. Now we have a wave pushing. If I hadn't been pushing the wave, we couldn't have taken this. We couldn't have pushed farther. We would have been screwed for another like 10, 20 seconds waiting for this wave to crash. However, me going up there, yeah, sure, Lissandra died for it. She shouldn't have. She should have just backed off, you know. Push up the wave, get in there, and there we go. So now one thing you'll notice that I do quite a lot when I have a ADC and we have something like this, I'll use my abilities on the waves to make it really easy so I know her Q can just clear out the wave basically. A lot of supports don't do it, and I know when I play ADC it bugs the hell out of me when like I'm obviously wanting to push in base or get like one last wave in base really quick. You want to do that as quickly as possible. You don't want to have to just, you know, keep auto attacking the wave over and over and over again. And slowly pushing it into base. So just use your abilities real quick before you back. Help them out. You know, don't steal the farm if you can, but you definitely want to make it faster, get a better recall timer and everything. So I saw the Thresh and the Ashe here, and I saw my ADC going mid lane, and I was like, okay, well, I can go bot lane, and I'll just clear some waves, right? That's what I was thinking. Because the smart thing, yeah, we want to rotate mid, because there's nothing here for us, but we do want to take this tower. So I went bot lane to clear the wave. And while I'm doing that, they take a fight. Unfortunately, for being a Lissandra one trick slash main or whatever, she doesn't really impress me with any of her stuff. Good move there though. Unfortunately, that Kate got hooked. I see this fight is happening finally, so I've started moving up. I was way late to this party. Should have been here way ahead of time, but I'm just going to open up, I believe, and ult this. Yep. So just try to dissuade them from fighting. Boom. Close. Jax jumped in. Really shouldn't have jumped in there, but now I'm looking at, okay, well, what can we do? Do we have enough damage? Can we get a kill here? Not really, but we can keep our Kha'Zix from dying. Protect the wave. Flashes over. I'm going to ignite him. Threw out an E, get a 500 gold shutdown, right? I ignited him. I don't know why they were diving that so hard. Honestly, if they hadn't dove that, they could have probably just pushed me off this tower and taken the tower. Well, no one saw that. That's awkward. But yeah, so just protect this tower. Keep it up, you know? Even if it's on such low health, it's still a deterrent, you know? People don't really want to dive it. People don't want to be there. So it's a safety measure, right? So that's all I was wanting to do, was just keep the tower up. Yeah, I could have played more aggressive and gone after the Ashe, harder and more with auto attacks and everything as well, but I was more interested in protecting that. Now I saw this Pyke TPing up, and it worried me because I knew that there was a Fizz here, and he's pretty full health and full mana, right? So they could have easily gone on this Jax because Pyke's been soloing the Jax so far. Yeah, nope, I said screw that. I'm tired of dying this game. I came up, face checked it, unfortunately that was stupid of me. Now I'm looking for the Fizz. I know he doesn't have an ult up, right? Yep. Now I'm looking for the Fizz. See that he's not there. I was like, okay, he's probably out already. I'm not too concerned. He's faced. Boom. Look at that. I knew. So that's a big thing you gotta do. One thing you learn with Xerath is you learn to predict. I don't often throw out abilities where people currently are. I'm always trying to predict where they're going to be and where they're going. So he's here. He's going to want to go this way. Threw my stun out behind him to get that stun on. And, you know, so he couldn't run away, and it worked out. Sure enough, Lissandra was there to clean up also as well, but we would have been able to just kill him, just the two of us, because of that stun. because at full range it's a like second and a half, almost 2 seconds, something like that. Um, doing a nice little chunk of damage. I don't have really much items, right? So I went here and here. Seeker's Arm card, because like I said, I was getting tired of dying. I've died 4 times already, and I'm just like, screw this. Always good to get his pull out. I can't think of what it's called. I was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna pop that thing so that way they don't have another way over there. Now it's all just about staying alive, right? Threw that out because I knew his way in or out of there was going towards that and taking the lantern. But if I throw it at the lantern, he'll get stunned and won't be able to take it. I ulted up, so we can break that down really quick. I ulted out just to, at the beginning of the fight. Normally I like to hold it, but I knew I was pretty low health and low mana, so I ulted at the beginning just to try to poke him down a little bit. And then I stopped because I saw the pike coming in on me, and I was like, shit, okay, I can't afford to have him kill me. Pull out, E onto him because he has to jump in a straight line, right? E into him, get the stun, get us the kill. He misses that. Got a flash out of Fizz. Great. What do we want to do now? We can push this if we want. Well, I think we should go do Baron, right? I'm pinging Baron, or Lissandra is, I think, yeah. So Lissandra's doing an okay play here. It's not necessary, but it's a good idea still. She's showing mid, so that way if the enemy team's like, oh, I wonder where they are. I wonder if they're like at Baron. Well, they see her and they might be like, okay, maybe they're not doing Baron, right? But we all rotate over to Baron and do it pretty quick. I mean, we have a Caitlyn and Jax. Kha'Zix? Yeah, Kha'Zix. I almost said Nocturne. Jesus. And me doing it. So we're going to burn it pretty well. If you're watching my spells that I'm throwing out, I'm not using my E. I knew Lee Sin was alive. We were pinging that he was alive and everything like that. And granted, I believe we are a higher level than he is. Yeah, we have a level up. His Q smite is a really hard combo to beat, even if you're a level up. So I was holding my E in case he decided to come in, so that way I could stun him while he was coming in. Because again, we're not doing that much damage to our objectives. Same thing as we did over here at the Dragon earlier. We're not doing a whole lot of damage to these objectives. We're more so targeting the people, protecting the people, you know, giving us vision. So warding up. I don't know how to see ward score at 31. There we are. So luckily all of us are doing pretty decent. Not Lissandra, but most of us are warding pretty well. But warding up and making sure that if somebody does come in that we're good. I'm struggling to ward over the wall here. Got his pull out. That's a good thing. So I don't know what that was about. It's like, okay, I'm still safe. So flash out of here because I don't want any part of this. Now I'm ulting in because I'm too far away from the fight. Jax kind of went a little deep, but it's fine. It happens. I land 2 or 3 of my ults, I believe. We have so much CC. Her stun into my stun into all of this. Boom. Easy cleanup. Kha'Zix finally gets in. Stunning up, doing a lot of damage. My W AoE, they do a really good job with this game of stacking for me. Yeah, I was a little late on that one. But no, we're landing a lot of our abilities, you know. We're 2-4-10. Our ADC, I almost said jungle. Jesus. I'm tired apparently. Is doing pretty good. I see what they're wanting to do. They're wanting to go take this tower. I didn't need to go with them to take the tower. So I say, okay, I'm going to get some damage onto this, whether it's chip damage or it's actual damage. We're going to put some good damage onto this. You can see I'm actually starting to do some pretty good damage now that I finished my Zonia's Hourglass. I got a little bit of AP on me. How much I got? I got 174, so yeah, doing some pretty good damage, but, I mean, hell, I almost killed the Thresh. Tower's half health now. And we didn't get hurt at all. So you're right, because we knew that they weren't coming. What am I thinking of? Started seeing them. We knew they were starting to come back to life, I guess. Return to Summoner's Rift, whatever the hell you want to call it. And so we just want to back off. You know, the worst thing you can do is overstay. I don't know if I have a bounty. I have a 150 gold bounty on my head. You know, I'd hate to give that shutdown to somebody and possibly get them back in the game. Granted, it's not that big of a bounty. but it's still a bounty. I don't know how she has a 350 gold bounty. Like, she's only 30 farm, not even 30 farm up. She's 20 farm up, 7-7. Like, okay. This ward was actually a really good ward that I placed earlier. Protects all of this. I warded this other side too because they do have a thresh, right? And so I don't want him to be looking for things over here. She's, yeah. There was no point. There was no reason to be there. She didn't need to be there. We didn't have enough people here. Now we're gonna start doing this, backing off again to ult in. They're all bunching here. Jungle fighting is really good for me because everybody wants to bunch up. Beautiful. Alright. Miss my E. But all in all, not a bad fight. We did what, 2 for 3? Considering Lissandra got killed before the fight even started. God, I keep being just like a half second late. I could smell that they were wanting to come after me still, so I was like, oh shit, they're probably just chilling out here. Alright. Yep. Just poking them down again still. Granted, it was on the pike, so it didn't really do much. I didn't know who I hit because I had zero vision there. But yeah. Get the stun on the pike. Doing some more damage. Like, yeah. We only have 2 items. Well, 1 support item and a real item. Oh, we have a needless lead now. But we're starting to do some pack a good punch. I struggle at hitting him for some reason this game. I don't mind. I'm not doing too bad at hitting anyone else. If Thresh wasn't there, I might have actually gone for that. Just because, like, he was at 200 health, 300 health. But yeah, no. Caitlyn's being smart, a lot smarter than I am. Starts up Dragon, realizes it's pretty much a free dragon. Granted, it's only Ocean Drake at this point in time, but Ocean Drake is still better than nothing. You know, that's a stain, so I can free poke, don't have to worry about mana issues. She doesn't have to worry about mana issues because Caitlyn does have mana issues, surprisingly, because all of her abilities cost so much mana, like 90, not, well, 20, 75, 100, right? So it's a lot if she's just like constantly cycling through. This is why I had that ward there. He can see him over the side, protects him. But yeah, this game is just about warding, so you can see we have a pretty good vision score. I should have changed this out a long time ago. That's one thing I need to work on personally. It's just changing that out. So I saw had the Fizz come in on me, opened up to ult. Fizz came in on me, we backed off. You always gotta be careful of like looking at yourself when you're ulting up. But overall, we didn't do terrible damage at all whatsoever. So. They decided to chase this. I didn't think it was really necessary because, again, objectives win games, right? I'm pinging this, I'm pinging this. And I'm like, yo, guys, we don't need you to get the kill, right? You can die, something can go wrong, he kicks you. Well, he doesn't have ult up, actually, but something goes wrong and he's back in the game if he gets, like, a shutdown. I turn my focus right here, boom. It's so easy for people to tunnel vision. And just like that, that easy triple kill. And I just finished my Zonias not long ago. Hadn't used it yet, nobody was expecting it. Perfect time. So talking about here, real quick, what I did. Everybody's focusing here, right? Even Ashe is focusing here. I guarantee that she was not expecting me to be really like going after her because nobody was. So I was like, okay, I can almost one-shot her probably. Throw an E out, stun her for about a second and a half, open up WQ on her, and I get about 3/4 of her health. Luckily, Sandra had enough thought to come onto her too. Help me with that. And yeah, we finished up. I got the triple kill. It was pretty cool. I believe my Ignite got the Pike. And then I finished up the Fizz. Lissandra did really well with that flash stun in that she had. That was pretty cool. But yeah, no, it's pretty simple. It's just stay back, poke, do some damage. And like I said, I was tired of dying. I wanted to play more conservative because if you're not alive, you're not doing damage, right? Well, I went from being 1-4-3 to 5-4-15. And now 500 damage with 1 Q, right? I've leveled up my Q all the way. You always max your E last no matter what. Um, Checking out bushes, you know, clearing. I don't remember what the hell I was doing here. But yeah, it's that simple. Now we have our death cap. Boom. Literally, she's dead. It's like, okay, you want to stand still? Because a lot of people don't want to move because Caitlyn ult might bend around somebody. Boom. Triple kill. I was wanting that quad so bad. That's what I was looking for. I was totally looking for it. But yeah, no, it's that simple. That's all we had to do the entire game. We finished up 8-4-17. We started off 1-4-3. You can see how bad we were doing. But we really set our mind to make sure, hey, we're staying alive. We're just poking, doing all this right work. Had a pretty good vision score. Wrapped it up. It up for you guys. But looking at that, yeah, we were in on 25 out of 40 kills. We were in on the most, question mark? Nope. It's on to 27. So second most kills in the game. Had more gold than our top laner, actually. That's not good. He had 150 more CS than us. We were, what, 5,000 gold above the thresh. Damage done. Like I said, you can't be doing damage if you're dead. So that's why I made it my mission. I'm playing a carry support, right? So I want to be doing damage. I want to be landing stuns. My mission is to do damage. And that's what I did. I stayed alive. I started doing some damage. I got my items that I needed, and worked out and did 30,000 damage in a 31-minute game. I mean, as a support, I averaged nearly 3,000 damage for every, or 3 damage for every 1 gold, so 3k damage for every 1k gold. Got 2,600 damage out of my comet. I want to look at objectives real quick because I was talking about that. See how it's not our job to do damage to objectives or turrets or anything like that. We actually didn't do bad damage to turrets, but objectives overall, dragons, barons, stuff like that. Like I said, we're not doing damage. That's why we're holding our E to make sure that if Lee Sin comes in or somebody comes in, we can turn onto them, get the fight, and do what we need to. Because the worst thing you can do is not peel on a baron. The last game we ended up losing. Actually, the last game before this one we lost. We were 5v3 at Baron, threw at Baron because 2 people didn't turn. It was a 3v3. We were low. They just come back from buying, and we ended up losing the game. And they got Baron actually because of it. And then we lost the game. But yeah, no, not bad game overall. You know, started off AFK and died because of it. Don't do that, my friends. But ended up doing second most damage in the game and on second most amount of kills. Yeah, we've had we played 2 Nautilus games and didn't do well. Our Lux game we didn't do well. I prefer Xerath over Lux anyways. Morgana, I just struggled that game. I think everyone did bad. It was a not fun time. But there you have it, everybody. 8-4-17 and on 25 out of 40 kills in a 30-minute game. Not too bad. If you like the video, remember to hit the like button. If you want to see some more, hit the subscribe button. Leave a comment down below. I do respond to everything, so if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, or wanting to like bounce ideas off of me or hear about what I do in different situations, let me know. I will be playing more Xerath and Morgana and possibly working in some Nautilus, but he's not my favorite right now. So that is it from me. As always, this is Poseidon's Fury, and I will see you at the next high tide.